Hari ni kita ada expert The Tech Team.
Hello. Ada orang cakap TikTok ejen ni semua macam nak commission jual lah.
Adalah juga.
Let's not be judgmental lah.
Kalau orang nak beli kondo macam mana? Berapa, how much gaji perlu mereka ada?
I would say first 10k and above.
Anwar tak mampu.
Prima location punya undang-undang is strict. Betul punya strict gila babe. Mantap tahap gaban ni.
Hello. Selamat datang ke satu lagi episod #notapis. Saya Natasha Mustafa.
Dan saya Anwar Saleh daripada Berita Harian.
Anwar, hari ni kita nak bincangkan topik apa?
Kita nak berbual pasal rumah pula hari ni.
Nak beli rumah ke?
Bukan saya. Kita nak bilang orang semua kan. Kadang kita ramai orang dah ada BTO. Lepas 5 tahun terus nak jual. Diorang fikir nak jual ke, nak beli rumah HDB ke, nak upgrade kondo ke. Tapi ada pula kan yang fikir nak beli kondo. Diorang boleh make money. Diorang nanti maybe nak change lifestyle. Maybe. Kita nak dapat tahulah, is this the right way? What should they think of?
Apa yang diorang harus
betul.
kan? Okay, no wonder lah hari ni kita ada expert bersama kami. Mereka adalah Nadiyah Kamsani dan Nuruhuda Md Noor yang merupakan sebahagian daripada The Tech Team.
Hello.
Sangat teruja, terima kasih.
Itulah, saya selalu masa saya tengah buat research untuk podcast ni, saya selalu tengok. Alright, hari ni kita tag team. Habis tu pas mic. Kita tak payah pas mic.
Tak payah.
Tak payah.
Diorang punya tag team lain macamnya. Diorang jual rumah. So kita pun tag team hari.
Kita tag team juga. Kita tengok tag team kita lagi bagus.
Kita tengok.
Seram.
Okay, so tadi siapa Anwar kongsikan, dia kata selalunya macam orang nak fikir bila nak upgrade tu apa yang mereka harus buat lah. So daripada macam pengalaman yang ataupun yang pandangan yang you guys ada kan, semakin ramai ke orang Melayu yang nak upgrade to like I don't know kondo ke private housing lepas you dah ada BTO tu?
Yeah. So sebab sekarang kan dia ada social media, and then you akan tengok ejen-ejen lain pun berkongsi informasi mengenai naik taraf or lebih known as asset progression. So actually kita punya masyarakat Melayu sekarang dia more open minded tau. Macam for example kan, macam kita kalau kita masuk showroom back those days susah nak nampak orang Melayu kat dalam. But now you be surprised, you tengok orang Melayu kita going to showrooms, exploring options of buying a condo.
Wow.
Yes.
Orang Melayu muda-muda
Muda-muda, yeah. And then lately since we are like FYP kat TikTok gitu kan.
Follow.
Masuk
Follow.
orang lah.
Dia selit FYP dia.
Like and share, follow. So kita dapat panggilan daripada those young people like yourself, like in their early 20s, mid 20s, yang dah berancang untuk go into private condo instead of buying a HDB.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, and kita macam like not bad I mean kita punya masyarakat Melayu is more open minded now. And then on top of that, like you mentioned just now, kalau dorang rumah BTO dah 5 years and then dah MOP, jual rumah, beli kondo, when your BTO turns 5 tahun, okay, that is actually the best time to upgrade yourself. Okay, sebab on the average lah at the current market on the average bila rumah BTO dah turn 5 years and then dorang jual, diorang akan memberikan keuntungan of more than 200,000.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Average.
What's
What's the
more
highest?
Than 200,000. We've seen 260, we've seen 280, around that range. Okay, because you know what, sebab kita warga Singapura, most of us kita balik rumah mengguna CPF, correct? So when you turn 5 tahun, okay, your accrued interest kat CPF is masih at the low side. Jadi you akan take out more cash. And you know right, harga rumah sekarang dah melambung. That's why you boleh buat keuntungan yang above 200,000. So all these people, what happen is that diorang akan gunakan cash tu gunakan untuk macam bayar deposit, whatever yang perlu dibayar in cash when you buy a private property.
Awal-awal lah.
Yes, correct. And then in fact kan, statistically also shown that, let's talk about resale executive condo. More than 60% of executive condo resale, pemilik rumah dia adalah HDB upgraders.
Wow.
You'll be surprised, yes.
Yes, correct.
They are HDB upgraders.
Tapi kenapa dia nak upgrade Macam boleh kongsi tak bila ada klien jumpa you and cakap I nak upgrade daripada BTO pergi kondo kan.
Is it pasal macam they want the lifestyle yang berlainan ke, family punya?
What are the reasons diorang kata diorang nak upgrade?
Mostly right, people kebanyakannya yang diorang upgrade to private condo is not really about lifestyle sebenarnya kalau masyarakat Melayu kita. It's more about this thing called flipping. Kebanyakannya is more to the opportunity of investment. Kalau I cakap dengan you macam zaman dulu when you sell a condo kan, kita tak payah nak cari orang nak jual kondo tau
Yes.
People dah queue kat luar. People dah queue. And back then masyarakat kita masih konservatif, not into beli private property. But I tell you, orang-orang ni diorang pandai. You know, they buy one then they sell. They flip buy one, they sell. That's how diorang accumulate diorang punya wealth. Which orang Melayu kita not so open about it.
So kira-kira kalau orang upgrade ni, tadi you katakan orang upgrade because nak flipping kan. So it's not true lah orang upgrade because nak menunjuk ke, nak show off. But actually what do you think about that? Ya ke? Orang-orang kata gitu. It's because of
let's not be judgmental lah guys.
Jangan judge.
Ini semua about asset progression. About flipping. Bukan backflip.
Yes, kita pun kira mereka punya budget lah sebelum tu. Jadi make sure that dia tak overstretch diorang punya budget. And
also kira kan korang actually go through and make sure bukan macam nak commission je lah. Nak make sure that diorang pun
jangan judge.
Ada orang cakap kat TikTok. Ada orang cakap TikTok ejen ni semua macam nak commission jual lah.
Adalah juga.
So kita dah cakap tapi actually
tapi diorang tak lah.
Bila kita berbual dengan ejen kadang-kadang ada yang kata diorang kadang-kadang diorang reject or they turn down an idea because maybe it's too stretch tak sesuai dengan orang tu. But what do you think about that?
Pada pendapat kami is like when we do the budgeting ataupun calculation kita will also buat projection lah in the next 5 tahun, in the next 10 years whether you boleh hold that property ke tak.
Wow.
So some of them kita advise kemampuan you boleh keluarkan cash tak monthly. Kalau tak you boleh simpan buffer and what's your savings inside OA to sustain you lah for the next 5 years ataupun 10 tahun akan datang. Jadi tak akan too stretch sangat for them. And mereka pun boleh tahu bila actually mereka nak jual, when they are ready to actually sell the unit itself.
Jadi ada progression, ada rancangan lah what diorang boleh buat dengan apa property yang diorang
bukan just beli, jual then full stop then on your own.
Sekarang I cakap dengan you sekarang in any business you buat lah in any business it's all about relationship. Kan?
Correct.
It's all about perhubungan. You know, it's not about you dah jual beli, you touch and go bye.
No, we don't.
It's not that kind of relationship anymore. Because I mean you all semua tahu real estate the industry is very competitive now. Semua orang nak jadi agent. Sebab kita punya role as an agent sekarang bukan sekadar I just touch and go buy sell that's it. Tak boleh because sekarang like I said the real estate itself is dah terlalu competitive. Semua orang nak jadi agent. So kita nak kena hold kita punya client kan. Kita harapkan dia punya referral. So we have to do more than just whatever that back then buat lah.
Not only that, I think I mean kalau for us tech team sometimes kita macam revisit juga. Kalau mereka yang dah mungkin duduk rumah tu for 4 years or 5 years kan, kita text them, revisit and then we do their property health check.
Wow.
Especially those yang elderlies. I punya jiwa I sangat lembut untuk warga emas.
#jiwa mak-mak.
Jiwa mak-mak. Ibu-ibu. Actually I cakap dengan you, orang yang ada duit or that are usually warga emas. So diorang nak kena when diorang downgrade daripada rumah besar ke rumah kecil kan nanti. So we also do follow up what's next. Sekarang retirement dah habis. So these are the kind of things. So even yang those youngsters sekarang ni, when we talk, bila kita cakap pasal naik taraf atau asset progression, kita tak progress only when dia naik ke kondo. We also need to talk about lepas tu you nak ke mana.
Correct.
What are your options after that? There are some yang ada I buat kira-kira sampaikan I will project retirement account you berapa. Is it safe or not? You hold sampai, but you don't have to worry, your retirement account settle. Nanti by the time you nak balik ke HDB ke you nak retire, you have money. In fact more than just your retirement. You know that kind of thing. If you are able to do projection, kita buat projection lah untuk dia.
Tapi sekarang macam mana perbezaan dia, considering that ada different kind of like rule sets from the government and stuff kan. So like kalau diorang nak jual this property atau jual diorang punya BTO and stuff and continue moving after that? Like what's the usual step process lah untuk diorang?
Kalau nak jual, usually they have to think through lah whether apa niat diorang, to jual, and then where they want to go next to, like dekat dengan rumah parents diorang ke, dekat dengan sekolah anak-anak. Some daripada pengalaman kami lah, when kita serve clients orang-orang Singapore ni, diorang willing to go all out tau untuk sekolah-sekolah yang elite. Untuk anak-anak diorang. So jadi cakap okay, I'm willing to go all out to go to dekat dengan St. Joseph untuk anak mereka. Jadi diorang kata tak kisah, I nak labur ataupun I nak beli rumah privet untuk daerah-daerah sana. Jadi I told them okay, kita duduk and then kita tengok berapakah kemampuan you all semua. Jadi daripada situ niat penting, you punya niat untuk keluarga you, and then kedua is you punya budgeting lah. So daripada perjualan rumah MOPU, you nak pergi privet, yang cash tu nak kena dahulukan untuk deposit you lah. And then yang last but not least, you kena check lah dia punya timeline, which is very important. Pasal ada yang macam cakap, kita pindah, proses dia mungkin makan masa 3-4 bulan. Adakah masa itu sempat for you to buat renovation for the house? Itu untuk seumpama macam resale kondo example. Tapi kalau untuk mereka yang nak pergi daripada MOP, daripada HDB nak pergi ke new launch, projek tu mungkin makan masa 3-4 tahun untuk pembinaan yang sepenuhnya. Pasal projek new launch kan diorang with the developer, kalau kita pergi we just show them showroom kan, and then tempat tu memang tanah belum lagi siap. Jadi kita jadi kita perlu terangkan mereka, okay, ini for new launch project, pembayaran dia, harga dia semua beza. Jadi for new launch project, pembayaran bulan-bulanan pun berbeza. Jadi ini mungkin kita perlu duduk dan berbincang dengan mereka for about 1-2 hours and then tell them about this lah, the progressive payment.
Sekarang macam there's the new macam 10 years MOP and stuff kan. Does this affect tak macam like how much they actually get back at the end of the day?
So basically pembeli rumah they have to be a little bit more bijak lah. Zaman dulu when bila I beli rumah I just terjun. I tak ada fikir macam I dah cukup ke nak beli that kind of thing. But now right, generasi yang muda sekarang, you have a lot of thinking process to do. Okay, with dengan adanya implementation of premium, plus and standard ni kan, you nak kena fikir, okay, the next few down the road you nak buat apa. For example, orang yang rasa dia nak satu hari dia nak akan memiliki rumah private or condo, diorang tak mungkin want to go for those premium location. Sebab premium location punya undang-undang is strict betul punya, strict gila babe.
Gila.
Strict gila. Bahasa mantap tahap gaban even though diorang kasih subsidi yang banyak, bila diorang jual, HDB akan claw back pun the same amount subsidy a lot. That's nombor 1. Nombor 2, you nak kena stay 10 tahun.
Yes.
That 10 tahun tu is like
banyak benda yang terjadi.
Correct.
10 tahun lah gila.
10 tahun. And then you pun tak boleh, even after 10 tahun pun tu you tak boleh sewakan rumah. And dalam masa 10 tahun ni, you tak dibenarkan ada private property. Even though you mampu bayar ABSD or additional buyer stamp duty when you buy a second property.
Macam tinggal kat Jin.
Itu tak termasuk tahun untuk pembinaan Kalau kita campur dah 13
so you
or 14.
imagine kalau seorang tu katakanlah, kan sekarang waiting time for BTO lama, up to 5 years. Okay, you beli rumah premium location, you tunggu 5 tahun nak siap. Dan lepas tu you nak kena fulfill 10 years of
10
MOP.
years, that's
By the
15.
time you dah boleh jual dah 45 tahun.
Jadi retirement punya
not 45, 50 years old. When you are 50 tahun, you want to do asset progression, naik taraf ke kondominium. You need to take note, pinjaman bank kan also tertakluk pada umur. Your age. And then you nak kena fikir umur, you nak kena fikir how much you boleh dapat. And also you take note, like I said, orang Melayu, orang Singapore banyak gunakan CPF untuk budget rumah. By the time you reach 50, you punya contribution to ordinary account berapa? It's slightly lower, you all know, right? Yeah. So all these have an impact. So bila you all ni semua sekarang ni, so kalau you all nak beli rumah, you really have to think through. But I pun rasa the impact is that maybe more people akan try to ballot to get the standard. Sebab standard dia punya rules and regulation is sama macam sekarang.
Yes.
It's the same. So it's going to be like macam semua nak standard.
kompetitif lah.
Very
Nak
good.
dikatakan.
Banyak mungkin tak dapat lah.
So sekarang macam orang-orang muda atau orang-orang yang dah ada BTO dah 5 tahun kan, diorang nak upgrade to a condo. Like you said, diorang nak flip so that nanti they can untung and maybe buy another property ke apa. So for this group of people yang nak upgrade to condo from BTO, what is your advice for them? What are the things, apakah perkara-perkara yang mereka harus make sure sebelum mereka decide nak betul-betul nak beli kondo.
Yeah. So the very first thing important is kemampuan is definitely, that is the most important tau. You know, kemampuan tu bukan cakap macam setiap bulan you boleh bayar je. It's also talking about what is your cash buffer. How much cash you willing to fork out. You know, do you have any buffer? How long it would last? That one is very important. Because kita dah nampak juga ada orang-orang kita yang bangsa tak make it. Follow the crowd kan, you know, macam semua nak kondo, kita pun nak beli kondo. But in the end, after a while, tak sampai 2 tahun, diorang kata, they have to start paying cash. That is a very bad planning. Yeah, you know, and another thing is kita holding.
Holding power lah.
Yeah.
Whether they can hold it for the next 5 years, 10 years. But semestinya sebelum mereka pilih that project ataupun that condo itself, kita will do research. You know, because there are 1,001 condos dekat Singapore. So research in terms of facilities apa berdekatan, like just now you mentioned sekolah. Yes, some of them sanggup tahu daripada rumah HDB, diorang rent out diorang HDB just to move to a condo, to rent that condo for the address. So some of them are willing to go all out for schools. So schools is one of the factor yang akan make sure that you punya worth for that property, right, is in future is going to be there, you know. And then when it comes to amenities, look out for berdekatan dengan bas ke kedai ke, sebab kondo kan ada yang macam tersorok. Dan kita pun kena bilang diorang, property agent you yang akan mewakili you, mereka mungkin akan buat diorang punya research ataupun homework. We will go through the master plan daripada URA. What's the development in future for mungkin depan ni kita ada empty plot. So that empty plot of land
Jadi
tak
apa?
ada, bukan tu tiba-tiba
Dia dah standby dulu.
Bukan agak lucu kan.
Dah wobble.
Bukan tu. Mungkin mereka akan ada a new Heartland Mall ke apa. So in future, yes, the prices for that development and area will be appreciating lah.
Macam when we talk about macam holding power especially actually holding power ni ada faktor yang paling penting sangat, especially bila when you are HDB upgraded to private condo, because dia punya expenses kan lain kan. So macam that's why kita sebagai ejen hartanah like you say, we don't just sell the product, we also plan untuk you. We plan and we tell you whether you can or you can or cannot recommend it or not. Macam for example holding power. Dalam in Singapore, you kalau pegang satu residential tu, you must hold minimum 3 tahun.
Private residential.
3 years.
3 years.
Actually any residential is 3 years. Cuma HDB ada additional which is 5 years. But kalau you jual rumah you in lesser than 3 years, you kena saman lah seller stamp duty. So for example, this holding period. Now, you need to make sure yang you can at least sustain that 3-4 years. When I talk about holding period tu kan, is where I strategize for my client in a way. This holding period has got something to do with the reserve kat dalam dia punya CPF. Di mana if something happen kat dia ada
boleh
tak cukup
gunakan
CPF
tu
untuk bayar. To pay for the house and last them for the next 3-4 years without having to fork out any cash. This is very, very important. Sebab I have seen masyarakat kita fail in this, and that's why yang ada terpaksa jual rumah.
Ramai ke
Mungkin sebab dia punya wife, you know, they have already changed the plans, nak jadi suri rumah tangga. Tiba-tiba quit kerja.
I wouldn't say that ramai lah, but it happens lah.
The emergency funds lah.
But now kita punya masyarakat are more educated, and then kita sebagai ejen hartanah pun we take this very seriously. Like I said, it's all about relationship kan. Bila kita serve a client, right? So we make sure lah. We make sure. Then the decision is just. Tapi kalau they really want to move, I as an agent, I take it that it's my responsibility to make sure that I highlight kat dia orang yang okay, kalau kau beli kondo ni, kau punya CPF punya buffer ni boleh last 2 tahun je. I don't think it's ni unless you have any cash savings. Kau rasa tak bulan kau boleh fork out. Kalau let's say kau punya CPF dah habis, kau boleh tak fork out tak bulan lagi 2,000 cash? Is it possible? You know, that kind of thing. Sebab kalau tak boleh, I say tak boleh. It's not about commission anymore, no. It's more about, okay, I learned this from someone when I took my exam as an agent. Dia kata, remember, mission first, then commission.
Waduh.
It's a mission to help your client. Commission is later. You know, amanah lah. Kalau back to Islam, amanah, right? Correct tak?
Bagus
Macam gini lah, agent gini yang kita nak. You know, mission first, then commission.
So bila kita nak dapat commission?
So that one
Nak
very
jual kubur
important
susah.
lah. Kubur.
Land limited.
So that is very important. Very, very important. The holding power is very important.
What other things macam you kata nak kena ada holding holding power is one, tapi orang yang mungkin tengah dengar podcast ni terfikir okay maybe saya boleh mampu lah untuk beli kondo kan. Apakah kos-kos yang perlu diorang fikirkan? Setiap bulan ke setiap tahun ke?
Maintenance cost you kena fikirkan, because maintenance cost not only macam HDB kan lift, duit tong sampah, but for condo kita include kita punya gym, kita punya swimming pool, kita punya car park. Some condos diorang kasih 2 lots of car park. So all these maintenance cost kita akan tanya.
Dalam berapa gitu biasanya?
Anggaran dalam 300 to 600
month.
Tengok how many beda lah. Yes.
The more area that you cover kan, then the more you pay lah. The more you pay lah.
Yep.
Kalau kondo tu ada lagi banyak
penduduk,
unit, then mungkin
kurang sikit
lah.
Correct.
Okay.
That's the one thing, maintenance
Maintenance cost.
Property tax pun lain.
Property tax punya stamp duty fee pun lain untuk pembelian resale kondo ataupun new launch kondo.
Itu macam berapa tu stamp duty tu?
Depends on the price for the particular ada 4% usually 4% and above lah, 4%, 5% and then 6%.
1 million and above is 4% lah.
So for stamp duty for new launch is you boleh pakai CPF, but for resale you have to take note lah, which ramai mungkin yang akan terlepas pandang that's in cash.
Yes.
Oh, ni kena pakai cash
Resale. Kalau you beli private condo resale, dia punya stamp duty
perbezaan
kena
dia.
upfront cost cash.
Itu yang kita akan explain lah.
Cash dulu, baru nanti kita pakai, dan kena bayar lawyer semua kan.
Correct.
Cash dulu, baru nanti lawyer akan try to get a redemption from CPF lah. Tapi that cash tu you
masih kena keluarkan juga kan.
It's not like 500 brother, 600 brother, is can be berpuluh ribu depending on harga rumah you berapa.
Wow, and all that berapa puluh ribu tu is cash bila baru nak beli
So kirakan kalau macam tadi you mention if you flip agak-agak you can dapat 200,000 kan, about there. Cukup ke?
Kalau you talking, because sebab cukup lah, insyaAllah cukup.
Tapi ramai fikir 200,000 ni bersih tau. Meaning boleh pergi kat rumah. But diorang tak ingat ada stamp duties, ada maintenance.
Yes.
Duty.
Kena bayar commission
kita
lagi. Selepas mission, commission. So after that 200,000 tu, then remember diorang kena buat renovation juga kan?
Some resale condo diorang cakap this one dah lama freehold, diorang nak buat renovation. Renovation
so
lagi.
technically the profit, I would say based on what they say
macam tak ada,
macam tak nampak lah, tak nampak because banyak dah ada profit, tapi once dah bayar ni, dah bayar tu,
dalam tangan can be like maybe left like 50 apa, you know, that kind of thing lah.
Kondo bukannya 3,000 dah reno.
But the thing is that you had that, okay, and you had that money, then after that bila you punya private property dah you rasa dah time to sell, you flip again. Then you make that money again. You see, at the end of the day, actually, this is what kita call apa tau, forced saving tau.
Wish. Macam Star Wars ni. Apa ni?
Kalau bos kita cakap forced saving, make your CPF money work. Work it, girl, you know.
But when it comes to like flipping, like what Kak Nat say, it's more on new launches lah. Untuk projek-projek yang baru. Jadi projek yang baru yang macam tadi saya terangkan yang progressive payment scheme So kalau untuk progressive payment scheme, kita ada contractor ataupun the api-api yang turun dekat padang tu, nanti dia hack ni semua. So the first 6 months of payment, dia bukan 1,000, 2,000 tau. Because we are just building foundation aja. So that foundation aja for the first 6 months of payment, it can be as berapa ratus je. So that means you sustain the first 6 months. Mungkin kita letaklah 500 to 600. That's for the first 6 months. So pembayaran dia CPF. Balance CPF you ada simpan. And balance CPF tu 2.5% interest you will accumulate. And lepas tu okay, the next 6 months kita dah naik dia punya tiang besi dia semua. So by then is maybe 800 close to 1,000. Sebab apa yang you bayar untuk HDB sekarang is 1,001 per month. So kalau you kira untuk 1 tahun tu lah, you kali 12, mungkin 600, then after that for the first 6 months, and then 800 for the next 6 months. For sure I can assure you is lesser than apa you bayar untuk your HDB 1,000 per month.
Because dia naik sikit-sikit.
Yes, and dia belum
bukan
perlu
sama,
dia tak perlu yang kontraktor tu cakap, Apik tu cakap kau nak kasi aku 1,000 for what? Aku tak perlu tu dulu apa? Developer will only take in the first 600 dulu, and then followed by okay, mungkin dah by the time nak chart you know, for this second and a half year.
Interesting.
Yes, that's progressive payment scheme, which I akan terangkan pada anak-anak muda kita yang mungkin diorang young couples, diorang tak tahu this progressive payment scheme. Ramai tak tahu tau. Dia kata, is it? I thought it's like, dah beli new launch, I terus bayar 3,000, 2,000 per month.
Tapi nak kena down payment kan kalau dekat showroom.
5% is definitely
CPF is it?
Yes. No, 5% is cash, not CPF.
Cash. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
So actually adalah beza antara beli resale dengan new launch lah.
Ada lain lah.
Cuma macam for HDB upgraders kan, diorang would go more to resale, okay, sebab tempat tinggal. While waiting
mungkin dia
for
ada
new
keluarga
launch
lah.
kan, waiting yang ada macam tak ada plan B nak stay mana kan, while waiting for new launch to naik, which is in about 3 to 5 years, diorang nak kena cari tempat tinggal.
So then you will have to rent.
Yeah,
ada yang rent, ada yang mereka okay, kita dah explainkan diorang ada progressive payment scheme. Ada yang berfikiran that okay, I'm okay to rent out. Sebab kita dah weigh the math. Okay, I'm okay to rent out, and then kita dah buat calculation dia, okay, for progressive payment scheme is worth it. Sebab sementara tu I ada buffer of my CPF to sustain the third or the fourth year. Once I dah dapat kunci je, I boleh flip. I tak payah nak duduk nak bayar bulan-bulan. Because it's considered lesser than you rent berapa bulan ataupun you duduk dengan keluarga you.
You don't be surprised I ada tahu one of a fellow agent lah. Dia ada client di mana dia beli satu new launch. It's a young couple, young couple. Memang lah, I think diorang high flyer lah. That's why they can afford. So, diorang beli satu condo tu, and then diorang memang stay dengan parents lah. And then when it reaches 3 tahun, because minimum you holding period is 3 years, okay, for private condo ke whatever. Then ada new launch lagi tau. Another new launch.
Dia beli.
Dia flip. Dia jual yang ini. Dia tak tinggal pun. Dia jual. Lepas tu dia beli lagi satu. So she's accumulating her cash. Dia punya cash wealth dia. Sebab dia ada tempat tinggal stay dengan parents. I cakap, not bad. That means Melayu punya minda is opening up.
So kita baru tahu juga sekarang pasal kita tak tahu sangatlah pasal property ni kan. There is such a thing namanya macam progressive payment untuk orang yang nak melabur or explore, nak beli kondo.
So technically apart from okay, nak cari sekolah yang bagus untuk anak-anak ke apa, ramai juga yang buat untuk pelaburan lah, for investment purposes lah. Wow.
Sebab yang ada okay, macam bila I baru start dalam industri real estate ni kan, I serve banyak first time buyer. First time buyer. Diorang the thing akan tanya I apa tahu? Kak, kalau I beli rumah ni kat sini, nanti in future nak jual make money tak? For HDB, I cannot guarantee you akan buat duit.
Dia ingat Ali Nujum gitu. Aku sih.
So for HDB, I tak boleh kasi kata putus yang mesti 12 years jual mesti buat untung. I'm scared to give that kind of conviction sebab sekarang you beli rumah harga tinggi. Walaupun rumah tu dah more than 20 years, you beli at a high price.
Resale.
But of course you takkan salah kalau you beli BTO because you are first mover advantage, they call it. But not resale. So I will always cakap dengan diorang, Dek, when you want to think about making money out of your property, it's not HDB. You need to explore option untuk pergi ke perumahan privet, like condo and all that, you know. So these are the kind of things that I share with them lah.
Isi lagi-lagi. Yeah, we have seen transaction
EC is executive condo kan.
Yes,
thank you. Dia she hold her, dia cakap EC lagi. Dia nak rasa EC dia lah, apa ni?
Macam lain.
Easy. Executive condo.
Executive condo. Lagi-lagi untuk executive condo, kita dah tengok dia punya data, the transactions. Some of them earn more than $500,000 as their profit.
Wow.
We are looking at like 200-300. But if I were to tell you, isi more than $500,000 tau. And this is the data, real-time data tau. Some of them close to 600,000, 700,000 cash.
Wow.
Yes.
Because EC bila di-launch kan, dia already about more than 20% cheaper than the private.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's why macam HDB upgraders, dorang can afford to buy.
And that's why diorang sanggup queue lah kat showroom just to get this.
EC showroom, yes, correct.
Correct.
Because usually EC, diorang hold quite long. For about after once dapat kunci, diorang have to hold for 5 years. Baru diorang jual. Yeah. So by then diorang jual, harga melambung. I pun macam, wow, ini nak close to $1 million.
Close je.
Better lah.
Belum lah.
Go ahead.
So on top of that, other than HDB upgraders, even macam those people yang macam PR kan, yang diorang tak boleh beli EC, right, diorang pun akan cari rumah-rumah EC yang dah MOP 5 years because
Correct.
The harga pasaran dia is more attractive. More attractive compared to yang macam those yang privatized ni lah, because privatized ni memang dah ikut market rate kan. But for EC, because starting dia dah jual at a very good rate, because special untuk warga Singapura saja. Then bila dah 5 tahun, PR pun boleh beli, and orang find that the price is still more affordable than other private.
Anak tanya soalan. Anak tanya ni. Now because kita dah banyak cakap pasal kondo kan. I wanted to ask, apa pula macam landed?
Landed.
Apa pula things that they have to think about?
Kriteria dia sama ke?
No, landed lagi banyak. Landed lagi maintenance you sendiri.
Yes.
For example,
daripada bawah.
Kan dia punya maintenance is sendiri. Bila kita pergi rumah orang yang ada landed, kita kalau you tengok kita punya TikTok, the tech team, kita ada buat a quick house tour of a landed, okay, and then you tengok macam kita macam rumah landed ni cantik gini-gini kan. Tapi bila you duduk sana, you may not even have the energy to keep up dengan nak kasih cantik
rumah
tempat tu.
besar sangat.
Yes, because maintenance is at your own hands. Is you sendiri yang buat. Property tax memang tinggi. Okay, property tax memang tinggi. And then on top of that, you punya utilities pun memang tinggi. I must say that landed memang hanya untuk yang betul-betul yang really can afford lah. You know, tak semestinya you boleh afford condo, you boleh afford landed tau.
Okay, boleh kata macam just a picture tak? Kalau nak ada landed, how much gaji nak kena ada for family? Contoh. And kalau condo berapa gaji rasanya nak kena ada?
Itu dia punya voting.
Itu T dia.
Okay, for landed, safest kalau for landed kena ada about 18 to 20k. For
gaji
landed,
per month.
Yes, and this is not landed yang core central region. Kita talk about those neighborhood landeds.
Landed. Nak boleh lah Nat. 18 to 20k. Nak boleh lah Nat.
Macam kat Loyang tu.
Sing dollar.
Yes,
Westwood.
Rupiah mungkin boleh.
Tu lah. Duit monopoli.
Tapi by the time kalau you nak jalan keluar pergi kedai, you kena jalan 20 minit
jauh
tau.
kan.
Ya.
Tak ada bus stop kat dalam.
Those landers cost about slightly below 3 million
Yes, correct.
Tu kirakan mahal ke murah?
3 million is still okay lah. Tapi kalau I cakap pasal zaman dulu, dulu orang tu beli at 1.2 murah kan.
Tapi zaman dulu pun 1.2 pun mahal juga. Tapi kondo pula, kalau orang nak beli kondo macam mana? How much gaji perlu mereka ada?
Okay, for EC actually there's a cap. There's an income ceiling.
Yeah,
because diorang nak buat EC macam, kirakan EC is in between HDB and
lah.
condo. Make it affordable, and then very family oriented gitu for your family, and they understand lah. So EC dia punya income ceiling is 16,000.
16,000.
Yes, correct. You have
tak
to
boleh
sure.
lah, tak boleh. Okay. Kondo je nak kondo.
Kalau kondo, whichever yang kalau you, I would say safest 10k and above. Then we
household
have to
lah
do calculation.
household.
Yes, we are safe to do calculation.
Okay,
Ini
Anwar
cuma
tak
anggaran
mampu.
aje lah.
Yeah.
Sebab at the end of the day, kita pun nak tengok you ada savings lain. Yang one of the most important savings, your CPF savings.
Yep.
So
You have saving dan juga the interest rate. Kadang naik turun.
So kalau dalam CPF saving tu, agaran tu like what's a macam safe number yang
Nak cakap safe number okay. Selalunya macam kita orang like bila I buat asset progression naik taraf from HDB upgraded to condo, dia punya combined CPF kan have to be more than 200k.
Yes.
250 and above
Yes.
Yeah, but I think recently could have even higher sebab harga rumah dah naik.
Yes.
Yeah. So the combined CPF yang ada kat dalam tu need to be more than 250,000 followed by gaji yang melebihi 13,000 ke atas. Budak-budak muda sekarang dia orang nak explore kan. Macam diorang baru kerja. Diorang may earn 13,000. Okay, 13,000 tu can get you a good loan of about more than 1 million. Okay, I think more than 1.2,
1.2,
about 1.5, 1.6
Yeah.
dapat
10K about
depending
1
on your
million.
age lah. So, tapi you punya CPF, you baru start kerja sayang. You punya CPF, each person only like 30, 40k. So, you imagine kalau gaji you at 13,000, you boleh dapat loan of 1 point something million to buy a private condo. But you punya CPF saving kurang. So, you nak beli condo bukan tak boleh. Boleh. But you have to be prepared. Banyak benda nak keluarkan cash. You punya 5% cash. And then you nak cover dia punya the other 20%. You know, because kalau you beli private condo, 25% is either
First
cash or
down payment.
CPF. Yeah. 75% is can be covered by loan. So, this 25%, kalau you tak cukup CPF, then you kena keluar cash lagi.
Yes.
So in the end keluar lagi.
Then every month because you punya CPF tak ada reserve. Because whatever masuk keluar bayar rumah. Then you kena top up cash lagi. So ni semua adalah faktor-faktor yang very important.
Then the last question is, so mana satu yang lagi bagus? HDB ataupun tinggal kat kondo?
Ada buruk baik ni lah, dua-dua. Yeah.
Actually at the end of the day pun is
Your
masing-masing
decision lah. Yes.
I tak boleh cakap HDB tak bagus, I boleh cakap kondo tak bagus. So, masing-masing ada dia punya pros and cons kan.
Yeah. And I would think personally is for me lah, mungkin pada generasi. Ya, mungkin yang muda, you know, diorang tak ada komitmen. Dia cakap, okay kak, kita all no problem, one bedder condo. Habis if we macam Kak Long, dia serve yang warga rumah sini, okay, kita nak space untuk buat doa selamat ke apa. Then we know where they are heading towards.
Okay, jadi banyak kita dapat pelajari daripada podcast hari ini. Apa yang kita harus fikirkan jika kita nak upgrade ataupun naikkan taraf lah kepada kondo ke ataupun rumah privet yang landed lah contohnya. Tapi kalau nak stay dekat HDB pun tak ada masalah. Mungkin ada savings.
Ya, tak ada hina, tak ada apa, semua masing-masing. Ikut kemampuan, ikut
Cita rasa.
keselesaan, cita rasa masing-masing.
Tapi yang penting adalah kena ada rancangan dan mungkin boleh cakap lah dengan ejen-ejen awak.
Jangan ikut-ikut orang lah. Orang nak kondo, dia pun nak.
Betul. Actually ada tagline tau. Ada tagline pun. Jangan suka dengar cakap orang. Kalau daripada segi hartanah, dengarlah cakap dengan ahli-ahlinya.
Ahli-ahlinya
Dari mana ni?
kakak-kakak daripada teknik. Okey, terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Nadiyah dan juga Nuruhuda bersama kami di studio hari ini. Dan
Terima kasih kembali.
jumpa lagi dalam podcast seterusnya. Bye.